pop a skid. Ooh, baby. Call me Steve McQueen.
Hey guys, so I'm headed up to the Australian press launch of the Royal Enfield Meteor 350, which is an all-new model for Royal Enfield, built as sort of like a city cruiser. So I'll be particularly interested in looking at its new Tripper navigation system, which presents as a little dial that collects GPS data from your smartphone. And that system is going to filter its way onto other models in the Royal Enfield lineup, including the next Himalayan. So, yeah, I'll also be interested in seeing how it compares, in my mind at least, to other Royal Enfield models, because I've ridden a lot of them. So yeah, I'm just headed up to Midlife Cycles in Richmond. We're going to go for a ride, I'll bring you along. Okay, so I found the place.
Press the red helmet. I want to pick that. Should bring up a code here. Check that in. 142520. Cool. Should be good to go. Killer. Green helmet there, so it's all good.
Right, so I've got my bike. They've given me the Stella variant, which is the mid-spec variant. 6,840 ride away. I've set up the Tripper navigation, so that's ready to go. And we're headed to Luna Park.
Hey, this is a very casual ride today. It's not a proper full-on launch as we normally do it. There's no big presentation or anything like that. It's just to get here and experience the bikes, have a bit of fun on the bikes, and for us all to get out and go for a ride. Go for a ride with our friends, with our mates.
Okay, so first impressions on the new Royal Enfield Meteor 350. I'm now seeing why they call it a cruiser, because the controls are really far forward and it's a super upright seating position. It was interesting, so it's got a new 349cc single cylinder engine making 15 kilowatts and 27 newton meters, which surprisingly I hear outperforms the Classic 500 despite being so much smaller an engine. And I can also feel quite quickly that this is a far more refined motorcycle than those classic and bullet models. Much smoother and very plush in the suspension. We're about to go straight onto the freeway, it looks like. I hope, or maybe not. But we're about to see how it goes being wound open, and we'll see if it really does feel quicker than the 500. Okay, so it's not a hell of a lot quicker, but it's certainly smoother. Yeah, much less vibey than what I've come to expect from Royal Enfield. It's got nice big levers like a cruiser. It's comfortable. Yeah, so this is the Stella, which is the mid-range variant. I think it's priced from 6,840 right away, while the base model comes in at 6,500, I believe, and the difference being paint, and this one gets pillion backrest, which you can see on Braxy's bike there. There's also one other variant, the top specker, Supernova it's called, I think, or maybe I've got that backwards. But yeah, the top spec one has a windscreen as well, and like some tritone paint and stuff like that. And that's only another, $300 or so more, so there's not a huge disparity between the variants. Now, I'm not sure where my navigation went. I I set it up on the phone earlier, and if I'm honest, it felt a bit clumsy at first. I feel like it's probably one of those things where once you get it, and it's set and forget. But it took me a bit of scrolling through my phone settings to get it to want to pair. But I'm sure they're just teething issues. You know, one of the things I get emails about all the time lately, certainly in the last month, is people asking me if that new Honda CB350 is going to come to Australia. And it's not. I mean, there's talk of it being sent to other markets, but it's primarily built for the Indian market and quite clearly a competitor to Royal Enfield's 350 models. But the reason why I bring that up is there's clearly a taste in Australia for simple, smaller capacity motorcycles that are affordable. And by affordable, I mean affordable, you know, under $7,000 right away. And yes, the Honda CB350 has a bit of nostalgia value from the original one, and it's a good looking thing, but a lot of people ask me if it's coming to Australia, and a lot of people do want it to come to Australia. So I think that says something.
Info Moto. So we just had about a 10-minute ride on the Meteor, now at the Luna Park. You can see that. There's the Palais, sort of Melbourne landmarks. So obviously I haven't really tested it that hard, but the initial impressions of the bike are pretty good because it does feel like a step up from the classic 350, and mainly in terms of refinement. It feels strong, it feels newer, sort of unquantifiable things that make a motorcycle appealing, I suppose. So I'll have a pan around and catch back up with you. So remember when I said I'm on the Stella, the mid-spec variant? I'll take this opportunity to show you the entry-level one. And over here we have the top dog. Yeah, so you can see it's got that big screen, and it's also got the pillion rest and some nicer paint, I guess.
So if you've ever wondered how one of these motorcycle press launches work, I'm sure it probably looks like you just spend the whole day riding around and faffing about, but actually a lot of it is spent doing laps of a particular area to get the photographs and video, which is a lot more work than you might think. Getting, you know, the assets for every single journo. In that Audi at the front, you might be able to see the camera on the gimbal, so we're all going to ride close to that and get shots for the review. I think there's a stills guy in there and a video guy. It's a bit of an art to riding when you're on camera, actually. Riding in such a way that the filmer can get a good shot. That's Braxy there, MotoGP fame, leaving his indicator on, standard. Alright, here we go. That was close. I'm quite liking this motor, actually. It's very pleasant around town like this. I'll be interested to see what kind of top speed it can do, because I think that will have a huge bearing on how capable this motorcycle is as an all-around package. If it can do, you know, 110 kilometers an hour, then that'd be great, but I'm not so sure yet. We'll see. Anyway, time to shoot some video. We got the shot. Looks like we're in business. Bit of an update, guys. It's been about 10 minutes since we spoke. Braxy's still got his indicator on, of course. Oh man. The more and more am I enjoying this sort of slow-paced style of riding. You know, just properly cruising. And you know, I say that, I've said that before, and then I end up riding like a maniac. But you know what? It's a lot easier to ride like a maniac when you're riding some of these high-performance machines that... Shit, that's going to be close. Some of these high-performance bikes that we often do ride. But on this thing, you're sort of forced to just cruise and take in the scenery, and there's something to be said for that, you know. Not for everyone, but I'm certainly enjoying myself today. The one thing I'm really yet to check on is the top speed. I know it's about 110, but I want to see how it feels for myself. Like, there's top speed and there's top speed. I'm sure it's capable of that, but can it do it comfortably and for long periods of time? I think that's a more important question. Sorry I didn't show you haven't really shown you the Tripper thing, which I said I would. It did work, getting me to Luna Park from the where we set off from. A really simple readout, you know. I certainly wouldn't rely on it as a, you know, full-on navigation system, because it's not. It's very simple, but it is nice to have there for sure. And you know, if I was buying a Royal Enfield, I would hope that it had that system on it, because yeah, it's a nice little extra to have, and it might save you. You never know. Braxy's still got his indicator on. I'm not even going to tell him. Just a little update, guys. About a couple of hours in now, and Braxy's still got his indicator on. Let's have a look at this thing. I stopped at the lines before I told him, and he goes, "Yeah, mate, I saw that. Don't worry. Thanks for telling me. I'm all over it." 10 seconds later, she's back on. Anyway, I think we're going to stop for lunch now, which is sick. I might get a bit of croissant action going. Certainly a latte. Working hard. So apparently I'm doing 150 kilometers an hour, if you can see the dash. I mean, don't feel that fast, if I'm honest. See if I can get 160. Fuck, what a rocket. Geez, boys, we are pinned. 160 in third gear. What a rocket.
I'll look at two.
And another one.
Cheers.
Cheers, friends. Good to see you again. It's only been 20 years.
Cheers, Braxy. What happened, mate?
Oh, 2 sips and I'm anyone.
Alright. Alright, well I think that's going to be last shot of the day. One thing I forgot to tell you guys, it has one of those heel toe gear shifters, which I haven't been using, but that's interesting, bit of a throwback. So we're just getting some last minute video at this corner up here. Pop a skid. Ooh baby. Call me Steve McQueen. There's our man up there on the corner. Cool. Got the drone out. You can apply quite a bit of lean angle, more than I would have thought. And I just noticed before, I wasn't filming, but the turning circle's tremendous. So, you know, these are just little things, but worth knowing if you're in the market.
Info Moto. Well, that just about wraps up my first ride on the Meteor. I've had a grouse day, although it's hard not to have a grouse day riding motorcycles in the sun. Oh, the bike's good. For a city runabout, you know, serving the same purposes like a scooter. You know, easy to get on and off, comfortable, seems reliable, and easy to throw around. I mean, it sort of serves that purpose of a scooter, but with that retro cool. I mean, it's a fair income motorcycle. I think that top speed of around 110 kilometers an hour probably will make it a bit difficult for people who want to do serious highway miles. But at less than $7,000 right away, yeah, you could do worse. So if you've got any questions about the bike, please leave a comment and I'll happily get back to you as soon as I can. And I'll do a few more Ks, and once I get the proper professional press imagery and video, I'll put together some kind of review for you. So yeah, thanks for coming along, guys.
Just before I sign off for today, guys, I found myself on the freeway, so and I fixed the speedo. I just had to turn it on and off a couple of times, I think. But I just wanted to check back in because I might get the opportunity here to hold it flat and see how what kind of top speed we can do. Well, that felt about somewhere between 110 and 120. Feels like it'd probably do 120 given it long enough. But I sort of take back a bit what I said about if that it wouldn't be that comfortable on the highway, because it's sitting on 100 no problem. Yeah, you can sit on the highway like this on 100 comfortably, but 110, 120, that's pushing it a bit. Anyway, that is it, I promise. Give us a like if you got something from this video, and please subscribe to the channel. It really helps us do bigger and better things. Thanks a lot, guys.